Hello, Dr. Bill here. Today we're going to look at inverse proportions. So basically, as one quantity gets bigger or smaller, the other quantity gets smaller or bigger by the same factor. If you find this lesson helpful, please subscribe to my channel, share the video with anyone else you know that might benefit from it, and hit the like and the bell icon so that you're notified of future videos. Okay, so for inverse proportions, as it says here, as one quantity gets bigger or smaller, the other quantity will get smaller or bigger by the same factor. The formula for inverse proportions is x1, y1 equals x2, y2. So let's look at an example here, and then this will be a lot easier to understand. This is extremely important, again, for tests like the ACT and SAT. And again, we try to do our examples without a calculator just to work on the fundamentals. So this one will be done without a calculator as well. Okay, so the problem says that the amount of time it takes great white sharks to devour a whale is inversely proportional to the number of great white sharks. If it takes 4 great white sharks 2 days to devour a whale, how many fewer hours will it take for 10 great white sharks to devour the same whale? And they say to round to the nearest whole number. Okay, so let's see here again, if we kind of think about this problem. If there are more great white sharks, it will take less time to devour the whale, okay? So again, we have x1, y1 equals x2, y2. So let's make our x1 the number of great white sharks, in this case 4. So we say 4. Okay, times y1. Now, y1 would be the, in this case, time it takes to devour a whale. It says here that it takes 4 great white sharks 2 days. However, we notice the question asks, how many fewer hours will it take for 10 great white sharks to devour the same whale? So I think what we want to do here is actually convert days to hours, okay? Now here, 2 days is 48 hours, okay? So that means that it takes 4 whales 48 hours to devour, 4 sharks rather, 48 hours to devour the whale. Okay, this is going to be equal to 10 great white sharks times some number of hours, which we're going to call x. Okay, so now you see that 4 great white sharks take 48 hours. 10 great white sharks would take how many hours? Okay, so the first thing is to figure out what 48 times 4 is. And again, we're going to stay away from the calculator here to practice our fundamentals. 4 times 8 is 32. 2 carry the 3. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 3 is 192. Okay, so here 192 would equal 10x. Okay, now here again we want to solve for x, and we do that by dividing both sides by 10. And that goes, and we get x is 192 divided by 10, and that's fairly easy math. That's going to be equal to 19.2. Okay? All right, now we need to be careful of the question, right? The question asks, how many fewer hours will it take for 10 great white sharks to devour the same whale? Well, it takes 10 great white sharks 19.2 hours. Now, they tell us to round to the nearest whole number. So in order to do that, we say, okay, it takes 4 great white sharks 48 hours, but it takes 10 great white sharks only 19. It's 19.2, but again, we are rounding to the nearest whole number. So 48 minus 19. We cannot do 8 minus 9, so we borrow from here, make that 18, 18 minus 9 is 9, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So it takes 10 great white sharks 29 fewer hours to devour the same size whale. Okay, there you have inverse proportions. I hope this lesson was helpful. Once again, if it was, please subscribe to my channel, like, and be sure to hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified of all future videos. This is Dr. Bill. Thank you, and see you on the next video.